Can you tell me just from your perspective then, like what is either so special about kind of intergenerational dialogue? And you've kind of touched on it, even just in terms there of look at maybe where the world is going, look at maybe some of the crystallized things that we've crystallized that we're saying is the way it should be, but it's hard to say that anyone has an answer at this point in time.
Mm.
Just from your perspective, like what is it, about the quality of intergenerational dialogues or connections that you sense is so important at this time, or that is perhaps missing from our culture?
I think first of all, it's the way you go about it. The way, because saying it's intergenerational dialogue or conversation or even learning, that is actually, if you could still say, well, all schooling is educational, is intergenerational dialogue and intergenerational learning, because it is want of a better word, a sort of top down delivery. Um, so I think first of all, it's the way you go. That again, going. This is where I think the responsibility of older people lies, in uh, that the ability to uh, be with younger people, um, and to listen and to observe without judgments. So if you're doing that, then you're setting up a relationship straight away, a kind of um, atmosphere within which people can feel that they're safe, that there's openness, so they can say what they want without being judged. Uh, that they can uh, what they say matters, but also what the and it all sounds rather sort of intense, but in fact, my experience has been that humor plays a huge part in this. So the humility and humor, the ability to sort of not take yourself too seriously, but it's also having a feeling together, so that you and I uh, do not. We're talking about serious subjects, which are really very important, but we're doing it not in a way that is. We're doing it in a light way, in a way um, that that has an enjoyment to it.
What
Uh,
do you think that enjoyment is? Like, is that a nod to the absurdity of our not knowing? Is it a like because I get the sense sometimes that a lot of inquiry is almost it feels way too serious. And it loses the reverence of life in trying to, I don't know, fix life or make a puzzle of it of some kind. Like there's almost there's a continued kind of using truth to form beliefs and then realizing the limitations of those beliefs. And I think even in that there can be an absurdity or a laughing at the attaching and letting go and whatever else it might be. From your perspective, where do you see the kind of the lightness in this, the shared humor of it all?
I think that of all the sort of conversations that I've had that really meant something, is that this this sense of a kind of flow from this, there's a kind of like an ebb and flow of serious matters. We come together because we respect each other. We want to hear what each other has to say, and we're interested in what others have to say. Um, and the enjoyment comes from the ability to find the ridiculous of what is ridiculous, and kind of peel away that, and to see what is serious. And it's like sort of it's like peeling away some kind of outer layer to find the jewel within, and the jewel itself sort of shines, but it's not a it is not a it's not heavy. That's so that when you come away from a conversation like which has that feeling about it, the lightness, and yet and the respect and the affection between people, which comes through, often comes through with these conversations, then you come away and you feel that you feel you've learned something, you've had something that's you've experienced something that is quite profound. My going back to my experience with my grandson, that was very profound.
Yeah.
But it's not a matter of time. It's not it's not a matter of we're going of outcomes. It's just what happens during that process.
Do you know, and obviously this is coming up in some of the conversations we've had before, but there's definitely something about attention and the freedom to explore what is here. Even when I think of my almost caricature of intergenerational conversations and the way I kind of see it playing out at large, it is almost there's a heaviness to them because the attention isn't there just either to explore what's between us right now. It's so laden with labels that it's really hard to be present to what is. So even in conversations of that nature, we never get to experience a lightness. And we never even go that deep then really either. Like we rarely reveal something if that attention or that respect isn't there, I guess, that you're alluding to. From your perspective, just even with this project, like, and I know you're not one to be chasing specific outcomes or anything of that nature, but why now, I guess? Like why do you sense it's something that has compelled you to act or to collaborate on this at this point?
That's a yeah, it's a really interesting question. That the why now is and why in this way, and I one of the questions I ask myself is how.
Yeah, yeah.
Now because uh, I'm aware that we are treating our children really badly, uh, and we're treating young people really badly. My and by young people I mean people who, it's not sort of cut off age as such, but I've been more and more aware of the fact that uh, people are seen as the dominant narrative is that people are human resources, human capital, that people are, it's all about economy, it's all about wealth, it's all about aspiration, it's you know, and you that the dehumanizing aspect of modern life is significant, and that the bedrock of that is the way that young people are being treated, and the environment they're growing up in, which is, I mean, there's lots about the sort of mental health of young people, and you see that the technology has a significant aspect. And it seems to me, and I have no evidence for this, but just a feeling that that behind this is a breakdown in communication over generations. And my own personal intergenerational communications was very limited. My father said that really children should be seen and not heard, and myself and my 5 brothers, we just got on with it together, really. And so it's also comes from my own frustrations as being an older person who's had a lot to do with young people, and there's the opportunity to talk to discuss those things with young people has been removed from me.
Right.
That we've traveled in India a lot, my wife and I, and there is an element of intergenerational, the intergenerational relationships are stronger there, but they're breaking down into this sort of separate groups, but also that intergenerational thing can also be just telling young people what to do. So that aspect is I want to make clear really is to put that to one side. It's the changing the way we're thinking through the way we interact with different generations.